and galvanize the party. That is a central theme here at the RNC. And Republicans from all over the country are here in Wisconsin to help spread that message, including a lot of Republicans from the state.
That's right. And our Brady Mallory, he spoke with a former Wisconsin State Senator, Roger Roth. Roth is one of the candidates now running for Congressman Mike Gallagher's 8th congressional seat. Gallagher is not seeking re-election. Important to note there. We talked with Roth about the tone of the first day of the convention, what his thoughts were on this week, and what he thinks about the Republican Party.
Well, Milwaukee is a place to be for Republicans all over the country, including Republicans here in Wisconsin. Right now, I am with State Senator Roger Roth, who is running for Congress this election. So what do you think about the RNC's message? It sounds like former President Trump is going to call for unity. Will this unite the party moving forward?
Yeah, I think the party has been largely united. If you look at even how the primary process broke out, President Trump won pretty convincingly in that. I think he has an opportunity now, in light of recent events, to come to this convention here on Thursday, speak directly to the American people and the people of Wisconsin, and offer them a message of unification. And I think with everything that he has gone through, he's got now the authenticity to really be able to deliver that kind of a message. And I think that's exactly what we're going to hear, and I'm looking forward to it.
You know, he announced his vice presidential candidate pick as Senator J.D. Vance, who criticized former President Trump largely, but now has become one of his most ardent supporters. What do you think of this pick, and how will this shape that ticket?
Yeah, no, it was, I wasn't surprised, just because they had been saying a couple of names for the last few days, so you just knew it was going to be one of them. But when you look at what it takes to be a leader, you've got to have people around you who have a wide variety of ideas when you look at the pick with J.D. Vance, his ability to be magnanimous. This was a guy who was criticizing him, as you mentioned, a few years ago, but the ability to look past that and recognize, that he wanted to strengthen his ticket, double down. I think this just shows his commitment to blue-collar voters here. J.D. Vance being a senator from Ohio. We're in the Rust Belt here in Northeast Wisconsin, too. So I think it's just a reaffirmation that the Republican Party is the party of the working man and woman, and you're going to see that with the Trump-Vance ticket.
And is that what you're running on for your own campaign?
Well, I was probably running on a lot of issues, but I am the blue-collar guy in this race for sure. 25-year home builder. You look at Washington, 435 members of Congress, lots of attorneys and people in big business, no one who swung a hammer for a living. And I tell people, all 11 counties of Northeast Wisconsin, I would be the only one. And I think it's important that we've had someone who sweat to put bread on the table. And people get that. My wife and I, we raised 5 little boys. We sit around our kitchen table, have the same difficult conversations that hardworking families across our state are having to face each and every day with this 20% inflation since Joe Biden's taken office. It's the kind of message that resonates, and quite honestly, people are looking for people in D.C. who can represent them and their values. That's what I bring.
So if you were to be elected to Congress, really the workers of Wisconsin, the industry of Wisconsin, is something that you would take with you to Washington, D.C.?
Absolutely. Yeah, the men and women who sweat for a living. Just a couple of nights ago, I was up in the middle of the night at a construction site on the I-41 corridor, helping them lay some concrete down on a bridge overpass. Like, these are the men and women who are building America. They need representation in Washington, and I will be their voice.
And of course, as you mentioned earlier, this does come after Saturday's assassination attempt against former President Trump. And, it brings up the issue of gun violence again. Now, typically, this is the party that is pro-Second Amendment rights. So what do you think the conversation will be when it comes to political violence, gun violence, and moving forward as a Republican Party?
Well, there is absolutely no space in our political discourse for violence. And I think the American people, they expect that we're going to have civil disagreements. They don't expect civil war. And they don't expect they won't stand for what happened here against President Trump. And I think as Republicans, we move forward firmly supporting, as I do, the Second Amendment is a constitutional God-given right for us, just as important as the First Amendment and all the others. But yet at the same time, we recognize that we've got laws on the books right now, and what we're seeing right now with the ATF and the FBI, less than 1% of people who try to buy a firearm who are felons, less than 1% are actually prosecuted. We have laws on the the books right now that are not being enforced. And I think you're going to hear probably from many of the speakers here this week is that we need law and order in this country and in this administration, and it starts with enforcing the laws we already have on the books. You're going to find a no better president to carry that out than President Trump.
And to wrap this up, having this here in Milwaukee, are you excited to show off Wisconsin to people who are visiting here?
Absolutely, absolutely. Wisconsin is such a great place. Okay, the weather's a little hot this week, but it's a great place. You know, we're known for, obviously for our beer, for our cheese, for the Green Bay Packers, but we are a microcosm of what America is. And if you traveled with me around Northeast Wisconsin to all of the parades and the festivals, you would see the factories, you would see the farms, you would see the hardworking men and women. This is, like I mentioned, a microcosm of America. To have the convention here representing this state and amplifying it to the rest of the 50 states, a wonderful thing, and will help Trump immensely here in November.
Very good. Senator Roth, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.